Holy crap, look how nice it is out there. I should probably go outside. I'm not going to, though. Say guys, what's up? Just got done cleaning the house a little bit, and I've got the living room to myself for once, which is kind of interesting. That never happens. But I have a couple things I want to show you. First off, for situations like this, one of the reasons I got the mini classics, the NES, SNES, is it's just cool to have something portable that you can like pick up, take to somebody's house, or like if you got multiple TVs in the house or different monitors and stuff you're gaming off of, to be able to quickly switch from like one or the other and not have that sitting there when somebody comes over, or have it sitting there when somebody comes over. So having said that, I went looking for a case or something to hold these things in, because I don't want to bring them in the boxes all the time. I'm also kind of like collecting them for like my own personal interests. And so I want to keep the boxes pristine, but I also want to use them. I actually do want to game on them. A lot of people are just going to collect them, put them in a box, and they're going to sit on the shelf for years. I actually want. Alright, so I got this. This is from RDS Industries. It's got a little carrying handle on it. It's got the Super Nintendo logo right there. And on the zipper, there's a little classics zipper thingy there. I love this camera. It just focuses everything. Anyways, well, it did until it didn't. The only thing I have to say about it is when I got this, I love how it is. It's a hard case. It's form-fitting. It's got this neat fabric. But you see that spot there? That's from me just dropping plain old ordinary water on it. I haven't tried to test any place else to see if it does that, but I don't think I need to. That's just water. So when I got this, it smelled like, quite frankly, cigarettes. It smelled really bad. It had a really bad chemical smell to it. This came off super easy right there, just with water. So I'm thinking like the threads are just stained this like grayish silver color. Yeah. So could have been better, but to be honest with you, I haven't seen very many cases better than this. On the zipper itself, they have the blue and purple kind of outline, just like on their case for the original classic, which I can't find anymore. I kind of wanted the original case. And then when you open it up on the inside, you have a pocket in the top and a system on the bottom. And the whole case is kind of form-fitted for like your adapter. You got a little space for HDMI and power. They showed a HDMI in this pocket, but I don't see any way you can do that, so I just stuff it right here. Then it just has this really nice like form fit for the Super Nintendo. So they actually advertise when you get it that you can put the NES Classic in there. You can, and it does fit, but it's a little bit wiggly. It's not going to be like the same kind of space that you're going to get, and it doesn't like really, So it's really more for the Super Nintendo. The one thing I will complain about is I've had this for a couple weeks now. I've had to like Febreze the hell out of it to get rid of the odor, leave it open. It's been open for over a week before I started using it. One of the things is it does make the plastic smell like Febreze when you do that. So, but I've had to do stuff like this with old cases before, especially like back in the Game Boy days and stuff, because they were just really bad like this. So, at the end of the day, it's a pretty nice case. That's my major ding on it, is that. But this does, I like how this just kind of, like, it's not going anywhere. Like, if you put a NES Classic in here, and you start moving around, it's going to move around. So, on the top, I have a Velcro strap here. You can keep your two controllers in the pouch. If you want, there's enough room up there instead to carry, like, an 8-bit controller and a receiver. Or if you have the Fighting Commander, which I'm trying to grab here, obviously there's enough room for that. Alright, so that's going to be it for the case. I'm probably going to play more of this today while I'm sitting in the living room, but I'm going to hook this guy up real quick because I found out a new secret about it that I'm going to share with you guys. Okay, one of the things I didn't know when I originally bought the Classic was that it is actually capable. So, like, the versions of Zelda, Castlevania, and I don't know if they got Super Mario Brothers 2, like their version of Super Mario Brothers 2. But they have some Famicom Disk System games on there, and all they did for the US version is they reskinned, so they have a different like dashboard skin, and they reskinned that a little bit. But most of the code is just the same. They didn't do a whole lot to it. So they actually have a Famicom Disk System BIOS and extra code in there for emulation of the disk system. So if you get the US or the European one, and you actually add a lot of .fds's to it, which is the Famicom Disk System ROMs, it will actually play them in most cases. Some cases, some of them use a different memory mapper that only the disk system used apparently. It's more to do with like dual-sided disk system games, but there is a fix. You can actually go into a hex editor and fix some of the code in there, and it'll actually go back to MMC1, which is the original memory mapper, and it'll play them. So there's ROMs out there if you look. I can't tell you where to find them, but there is ROMs out there if you look that do have the modifications already done to them. So this makes a lot of games that we didn't have in the US accessible, and I'm going to show you guys a couple of my favorites that you can look. Alright guys, so let's get into it. Here we go. There's Super Mario Bros. 2 Japanese version, and it loads up just like the RAM expansion would on the original Famicom, and it's got the little attract that it does and everything. So the ROM's in there, so we're just going to load it up, and it does actually do everything just like it's loading the disc in, which is funny. But I always kind of wanted a disk system. I was always intrigued by them. Mostly the games we didn't get. There's a lot of games that launched on it that only came out on the disk system. Oops, I got my buttons mixed up. I'm on like a Super Nintendo controller. A and B, A and B. But yeah, you can see it's there. The little extra sound module they really just used for his skidding noise. It is there. But if you don't have this, definitely try this one. This one's pretty good. Okay, the next one here is called Kick Challenger Airfoot. I heard about this one in a recent, when I found out that this could play disk system games, I went looking for a lot of suggestions on Metal Jesus. He just had a Famicom disk system episode. And this is on there, and I've only played a little bit of it, and it's fun as hell. You play a tomato. Okay, so it's side B, there we go. You play a tomato that has feet, and you control the feet. And it's bizarre, but it's actually a really cool gameplay idea. So I'm holding down A to move my feet in left and right. So it only goes so far when you take your thumb off of A. And then B will attack in a different motion. So for instance, like, it's weird, but it's fun. And like, you'll leave like footprints in certain areas. It's pretty funny. Oh, he got me. Get him. It makes you think in a different way that you're not used to. And by pressing B in a direction is where your foot ends up kicking at. So, the thing you have to keep in mind... Oh, we gotta move. Oh, crap. Okay, you can shoot diagonal too. Okay, so the thing you have to think about ahead of time is where your foot's going to be, because the one on the ground you can't move. The one you're moving is the one that's still in the air. And you can kind of see there's like a little bit of a shadow effect underneath of it. That's how you can tell. But damn, A plus for like different game design. I'm going to have to like play the crap out of this more later. Alright, so this is versus Excitebike. It also makes a lot of extra use of the extra sound processor. It was on the disk system. We're just going to do some original, but it actually has a versus split screen mode, and then the level editor is a bit more extensive. The only problem I ran into with this is you're not going to be able to like obviously save your tracks. So I would suggest is just do a snapshot off of the regular SNES Classic when you have a track that you like or something. And then you can kind of hold on to them that way. It unfortunately only has 4 slots. But I mean, this is Excite Bike with music. And then the 2-player mode is insanely fun because it's actually one person's on the top, one person's on the bottom, a lot like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 or something. So really, really fun. Alright, so this has been a little quick video about that case, and oops, I screwed up. And about these Famicom Disk System games working on the NES Classic, which is really cool. It's completely unexpected to me. So yeah, if you guys like this video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, hit the little dingleberry or bell down at the bottom, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.